So today is a big step forward for us in Britain. We're here to show the government that farmers care about our industry and that we care about the future generations of farmers that are not going to be able to afford to farm anymore if we don't stand up and do something about it. Farming in this country is becoming more and more difficult. The government's policies are going to make it even harder to farm in this country. If we don't stand up and do something now, we're going to be just completely beholden to substandard foreign imports that aren't as good as the products that we produce. And that's not fair for the British public, and it's not fair for British farmers.
We're here today, there's numerous reasons, but the main reason being, for me anyway, is substandard imports. We're importing a lot of food into the UK, which we're then labelling as British, which it isn't, and this includes meat, veg, the lot. It's wrong, and yeah, British people don't know, any different. They see a label with a British flag on and they think, that's British, that's fine. But you look at the label and it's not British. It's just not British. It's from Spain or, from somewhere else, but we're labelling it as British when it's not. We're importing meat with lower, welfare standards, or it's been injected with hormones. We're telling people in the UK it hasn't got hormones in it because it's British, but it's not British. So there's a lot of problems there surrounding mislabelling food and low quality, low standard imports and importing too much. We've got a lot of meat and veg farmers in the UK who could provide that, but we're buying it from abroad because it's cheaper.
We all get tarred with the same brush. There's a lot of the time I see statistics about farming, but it's not British farming. Our welfare standards are well above what they're often talking about. And we should be really proud of that, really shouting from the rooftops, literally, with our megaphones. We should be shouting it, literally. And that's why I thought it was so important. I've come from Lancashire, and I think it's so important to be here because, if we carry on the route that we're on, I can't see a future for me farming. I'm 4.5 months pregnant. I can't see a future for my child farming, and we have to fight, and we have to fight now because
now's the changing point.
Now's the time. Definitely, now is the time. And, if we carry on the route we're on, we're just going to see factory farms if we're lucky, and people don't want that. The British public do not want factory farms. They tell me that regularly, and the only way we can do to support that is by standing up and saying, look, keep your small farms, use your British farmers, or you're going to lose your British farmers.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Kerry. I am a co-founder of a group called Vegans Support the Farmers. So we're a group of vegans, and we've been doing a lot of outreach with the farming community over the last few years. That's where we met the organiser of Save British Farming. We were at their tractor rally a couple of years ago where we dressed as veggies on the back of a truck, so it's very colourful. We're doing the same here today because things have got much worse for farmers in terms of subsidies, in terms of imports coming in this country, and just the general pay and the conditions. And even though we disagree on one issue, it doesn't mean that we can't actually agree on other issues, and everyone deserves fairness and decent pay. So that's why we're always here to support the farmers. The real issue is that we are facing the biggest challenge that we've ever faced as human beings in terms of the climate crisis, and this country is trying to destroy British farming, and once we lose farmers, that's it, they're gone, and we won't be able to feed ourselves. And that's where we're going to see a lot more than just poverty that we have at the moment. We're going to see people going hungry, and we really do have to wake up to what's actually happening and make a change now and demand that our farmers are supported so that they can face the challenges of the future and we can actually all eat. I don't know about you, but I am really worried about future generations. I think that they're going to inherit a world that's just apocalyptic, and it's not going to look anything like the kind of society we grew up in, and that's just not fair.
We want to be self-sufficient, and I think a lot of people will agree with me in that one. Our food should be produced naturally, which it is, and everything, and we have a very high standard in British farming, and yet we don't get any real reward from being a high standard, because they'll import food from outside the EU or inside the EU, whichever, and it's not at the same standard as it is here.
Farming is my life, and it is the lives of many, many people. It's kind of devastating and worrying that we are all now struggling. It was hard enough years ago, but now it's starting to get worse and worse and worse. And that's kind of half the reason why we're here, because now We put up with a lot of things, and it just keeps getting more and more, let's just say, and now we're getting to the point where we're fed up, and that's why we're here, really.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I feel so proud of what we've achieved thus far, and this is just unprecedented. This has never happened before. We are making history today. This is the beginning of something which is building, and we are not going to stop until we get what we need. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one.
You tried to hold me down, so I became a soldier, built up all these walls, and now I'm climbing over. Those nasty bees are tempting me, oh Lord, but I ain't going back. You take me for a fool, it doesn't make me foolish. Told me I was wrong, passion made you ruthless, manipulate, it's just too late. Oh Lord, but I ain't going back no more. Fueling up the flames, gonna show you what I made of. Breaking every chain that you put on me. Thought I wouldn't change, but I grew on you. Cause I will never be what you wanted. This fire's keeping me alive, making me believe I couldn't do without you. Make it hard to leave, you think it's all about you. You know I'll never be what you wanted. This fire, I tried to get this weight off on my shoulders, built up on my strength. I'm finally taking over, complicate, I don't appreciate. Oh Lord, but I ain't going back no more. Fueling up the flames, gonna show you what I made of. Breaking every chain that you put on me. You thought I wouldn't change, but I grew on you. Cause I will never be what you wanted. This fire's keeping me alive, making me believe I couldn't do without you. Make it hard to leave, you think it's all about you. You know I'll never be what you wanted. This fire's keeping me alive, keeping me alive, keeping me alive. This fire, they're breaking me, shaking me, shaping me into what I never wanted. And breaking me, shaking me, making my beating heart a little stronger.
UK farmers! Let's go! We're here fighting the fight, and we're not gonna stop fighting the fight until they have to leave. We need our food, we need the farmers to be safe, and we need these wicked governments to leave us alone. Simple as. No farmers, no food! No farmers, no food! No farmers, no food! No farmers! No farmers! Freedom! 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 Freedom!
breaking every chain that you put on me. You thought I wouldn't change, but I grew on you. I will never be what you wanted. This fire is keeping me alive, breaking every chain.